Welcome back, everybody. This is Minnow Cup, and we are going into the quarterfinals for this week's Minnow Cup on Tower Control. We have, guess what? And I swear there are letters there.
There is letters there.
It's a mystery team. They will be going up against Kittens in the cutest, fanciest little pond imaginable.
Unfortunately, you guys cannot see it because it's just squares. We can see the E in the chain.
It was just too cute that it had to break something. That's
Yeah,
very that's very kitten-like.
Cute and adorable, but they can attack.
Yeah, and while both teams are getting ready now, we do have our next set of maps that they will be playing. Both teams been doing really, really well, obviously, in round 2 of Gold Bracket. And guess what? Has won every single set they've played, and so has Kittens. So these look like pretty evenly matched teams, and another fun one to watch. So we have MakoMart, Manta Maria, and Hagglefish. What are we thinking? Yeah, what are we thinking about these, Marshy?
I don't actually think so far I haven't seen a MakoMart game. I would say going into game 1, tower control for MakoMart can be very difficult if you are not pushing right, I guess you could say, because there's like a right way and a wrong way, and I think if you end up grouping together in certain spots, it can be very, very bad for the team.
Yeah, MakoMart, I feel, is also like, it's not a giant map, and it has those stacks with different elevations that really enables certain weapons, like buckets and blasters, to really wreak a lot of havoc. And you have to be really careful. I mean, one, if you're pushing in, you don't want to overcommit and get, caught on your own out of position, but you also want to be on the team defending, making sure that you're timing your push to get back in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Very interesting comp coming from both sides, actually. Seeing an ink brush coming out from guess what? Yeah, it's guess what. Yeah.
The Stamper we already have 2 going down on the side of Guess What. That happened almost immediately. The Guess What does have, both teams have 2 ready to go right now, but Arsenal does go down right as they get that drink. I don't know if it took effect right then for them.
I would say where the edit is right now is a very risky position for them. They don't really have like the view scope of like the upper sides of the map, so them pushing from it's a very awkward angle that they're pushing from right there. I'm quite curious to see what they're up to. They really are playing that edit like a mini, I would say. Really just positioning in really awkward spots, not really anywhere where you would really be expecting, to be honest. The cooler coming out from the edit. 2 down, both sides, respawning. To be honest, both teams are really picking off of each other and taking down trades or even just going down individually. It's very interesting to see how backwards and forwards Toxic can really be, to be honest. Like, so you can see here the Zipcaster coming out, them trying to get kills, but unfortunately gets taken out by that Zeko Fin right there. They're I was trying to figure out what was going on.
That is the end of Guess What's push. I saw they had that Zuka ready, but just no, too many of them went down, and Kittens is really trying to take control. But that Saber does get a good pick. Poking those stacks areas, good place to be. They are already called out, but gets the pick on the Ghoulie Sculptors.
Dear lord, that Stamper's movement is like on point. Like they're really just, I guess they're really like 90-degreeing people very easily, and just like players are falling into their arms essentially, being able to really swiftly take those kills without really having to fend for themselves, I guess you could say. There is a lot of blue on the stage, whereas casually just being changed by guess what, taking the tower once again, and is slowly moving themselves forward towards getting I believe it's the first checkpoint.
Yeah, this is a bad place to be for Kittens right now. Only have that Zap alive. But guess what is getting that lead and moving on? They have one more checkpoint to go, and
Oh yeah, they are moving on very quickly right here. Taking out, I believe, was it an Enza? I think it was the Enza.
oh, Keys Blaster.
And that is the wipeout for guess what, which means their push has been shut down. But their push did get them to 4 points, which means Kittens really has to really get themselves together, regroup, and try not to get picked off to get more points on the board right there and break the first checkpoint. Because the from what I can tell, literally 1 point away from hitting the checkpoint. But oh my goodness, Kittens getting that wipeout right there. Their Zekofin is really going ham right now.
Yeah,
The
they
strikes
got
coming
another
out from the
wipeout.
Zekofin.
Oh
Oh
my gosh.
lord.
They're going, yeah, they've got momentum now. Two go down on the side of guess what? Like, Kittens is still going.
Oh really? Yeah, exactly. I would really say that their Zekofin really has killer instincts right there, being able to get themselves out of a situation. But unfortunately, 3 go down from Kittens right now, which means, guess what, is 4 up, which means they are able to push themselves a little bit forward and stop the push that Kittens was conjuring up right there. The Dually Squelch is really being singled out right there.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I was impressed they even got one there, because I was like, oh my god, that's a scary place to be.
I hate positioning on that part of the map. It's literally a death zone.
It is hard. I don't like playing midline dualies here, somebody who plays dualies. I find it so difficult with the elevation changes.
I would really say if the dually player is like down from the elevation, it puts them in a disadvantage, especially if they're getting cornered like in the position that they were before. I'm really impressed that they were able to successfully get a pick though. The Zipcaster coming out from the Stamper right now, seeing if they can get anyone right now. Literally just takes someone out with no dismay. Unfortunately, gets that jump point camped, which means they are out for the count for now. I'm
You got
observing the
15
game.
seconds to go.
Yeah, they are in the last 10 seconds of the game right now. Guess what? Having 4 points left to take the game. Kittens having 31 points, but unfortunately, as we are edging into the last section of the game, guess what? Does take game 1, unfortunately.
Yeah, guess what? Thanks to that really long push they had to get them all the way down to 4, they could afford to give up some points and then just make sure, okay, let's just not all go down at the same time when they're like getting close to that third checkpoint. Let's make sure we just have some control.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And as we can see, they really did have the control. They came with the fire and they were burning the torch.
They were indeed. But Manta Maria is a much bigger stage. So it'll be interesting to see how things change. If Kittens stays on that dually squelchers, I at least personally have found that I do like midline dualies much more on Manta Maria compared to MakoMart. So if they're able to, keep that up and mostly just, time things in, know when to go. Okay, now we're going full committal, and other times be like, okay, no, we can play a little bit farther back. We've got some range. It's a delicate balance, but this could possibly work out for Kittens more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Though I do have to ask, why do you prefer midline dualies on a map like Manta Maria?
Yeah, so I normally don't play midline dualies for my team because I'm actually less comfortable on them than front lines. But Manta Maria, I love fighting with like those longer range dualies, even like custom dually squelchers, down below the mast, where it's like it's so much more flat. And also fighting in street. But as soon as we get to like bunker territory, I'm like, oh no, my life is over. But if you're able
Yeah,
to be like,
it does get harder. It really does get a lot harder going up towards
yeah.
bunker, especially once the tower is there. You have a really, really small wiggle room.
Yeah, but if you're like, okay, I'm here to be like a midline spot, I'm gonna make sure that we have this mid area held. And if we have somebody like a blaster or a bucket who can go take care of things in the bunker, then I know that I can like sit back here and mostly provide some chip damage and some support for my teammates while they go ham.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, from experience with like my old team, though to be honest, I am currently in the process of recruiting. We do have some of our old members back, so I'm really excited to finally be able to like compete and stuff. But enough of that. We are going into game two, and I'm curious to see if the comps have changed too much. Though,
Oh, still got that brush. Still got those dualies.
yeah, from what I can tell, the only thing that's changed, I think, is the bucket.
Oh yeah, maybe. I forget what
Yeah, they
Solex played
changed.
last
They
time.
changed. Yeah, they changed from bucket to yeah, they changed from sword to bucket.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, key on that Luna Blaster is definitely like, it's not a bad, it's actually a pretty fun pick here, but really need teammates to, enable you to get in. So you have no range on that Luna.
I'm curious though, considering that comp, it looks like the only person really who will be painting for the blaster is the NZAP. I'm not too sure how well the dually squatches can really provide paint for said weapons. As we can see here, ink strikes are coming out from Kittens and does take out that cooler user. That is 3 down from Guess What, so which means they are up currently. Their Zekofin right now is very comfortably starting to position themselves on the tower as they take the lead. That Luna Blaster is really pushing up quite aggressively on their own there. And I'm wondering, will they have enough paint? That was a really nice direct shot right there. Unfortunately, they do go down. I'm assuming it was a trade from that little bomb that ended up falling out with the bucket.
Yeah, I do think that was what caused the trade, but at least, Kittens is able, hopefully, to stabilize, keep control of mid. We do have Guess What starting to come in, but that edit is all alone.
Yeah, edit is really being segregated right now, being taken out by that Zekofin right there. The really clean direct line shot that they had going on there. I really do think Kittens is really good at singling members out, especially the ones that would probably cause them the most problems. But as we can see, the edit is positioned back up there on that snipe, able to take one person off of the tower. The Luna Blaster going down by the strikes right now, which means Guess What has the ball in their court right now, meaning they are able.
Arsenal's running! Oh yeah, there was no way
They were
they were
running. Yeah, they were.
that.
They got tripled down right there. They were not getting out of that, unfortunately. The killer whale did come out, but I do not think the person who let it go found anyone, because from what I could tell, all four of the locators really kind of just dispersed on their own right there, not really on anyone.
Yeah, we see both teams are trying to stabilize here. We're having a lot of back and forth. Numbers advantage right now is in Guess What's favor. They do have specials. They're starting to come out. That Zap's getting pushed really hard on Kitten's side.
That Zap really just dodged a full ink strike there. I don't understand how they did that there. I'm pretty sure it was directly under them when they were going through there. They must have like gotten out just before it would have hit them.
Yeah, I got really lucky there.
That could have been very detrimental to them, considering the Zap is the only person who is providing them the coolers right now. As we can see, the heavy edit right now is back on tower. Working on pushing themselves forward right now as Kittens is currently respawning. That Zekofin really is just keeping their eyes on their Splatling user right there, not really letting them sit on that tower very confidently.
The poor Grub was getting chased by Whale while trying to throw out those triple ink strikes. They're just really being like, Grub, no, you're a problem. And they really are. They're playing really well. Oh
I would say, as much as it is painful to watch Grub really getting singled out right there, it's a really good tactic to stop their longest range weapon from really taking people out. Yeah, Brush is really working on shocking right there, but unfortunately does get taken out by the Zekofin by tap shots from what I can tell. Kittens right now is still advancing forward very confidently right now on this map. The Zekofin right now, I assume, is just trying to make grounds of things. The Brush players did take out their Zekofin. The Brush player going ham, but unfortunately goes down without a trade. The Dually Squelchers right now, from what I can tell, is really just fleshing out everything right now, seeing if they can pick anyone or even chip anyone. Jumping down into that court right now, and unfortunately getting taken out. That is 3 down from Kittens once again, which means...
Good jump out.
Yeah, Guess What has taken the tower once again and is very quickly painting up to really pressure Kittens right now.
Yeah, Guess what's got two specials at the ready? They've got Whale, they've got Zuka. Oh, the Slasher goes down. That's really unfortunate. Really would have liked those strikes for that last push. But we see the Whales coming out. We do a Cooler up now on the side of Kittens. One going down on the side of Kittens. Kittens also has strikes ready.
I would say that within the last 10 seconds, they might have prematurely popped those strikes.
I think so.
I do think it's going to be a really sealed deal with Kittens right there, having 17 points left to actually KO that game, and has actually taken game 2, which has them standing on a stalemate. Yep, 1-1, which means third game is really going to be the tiebreaker for both teams, Guess What and Kittens.
Yeah, once again, we find ourselves in a tiebreaker. Yet again, it is 1-1. Man, yeah, I thought that Dually Squelcher was gonna have a much better time on Manta.
I have a small suspicion that the reason why they probably were having such a hard time is because Kittens was really good at pressuring and really denying space for Guess What, not allowing the weapons that do require a little bit more space to actually get themselves in confidently to get those picks.
Yeah, and they were able to do that really well on Manta. And the question is, are they going to do it again on Hagglefish? Another pretty large map with a lot of different openings you can go in from. You know, there's, you just go straight down the middle. There's both left and right.
Oh, true. I am curious, though, if they're going to stick with the Zekko Fin for Hagglefish, or are they going to change up their game and change the backline weapon?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure. They could keep it. I definitely know some Zekofin players who really like it on Hagglefish.
True. I mean, whenever I was in my sniper era, I personally prefer E-Leader, but that's purely because of range, as if anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that from my friend who plays Chargers. He's always like, oh no, E-Leader heaven here.
Oh, it's E-Leader Heaven because it's one of the maps that have the least blockers. I know that the devs really did try to reduce snipers really being able to hold oppressively straight from one position. So I guess when it comes to Leader or any other sniper really, I think Splatlings get affected by it too. But you really have to position differently, I guess. Compared to how it was before they added loads of different blocks, but at the same time the blocks that they added also made it a little bit easier to reach higher.
Yeah, it did. That's right.
We are currently going into game 3 of semifinals. The comp is the same from both ends actually, and no comp changes from what I can tell.
Yeah. Oh, right. This is quarterfinals. Yeah.
Quarterfinals,
Yeah, we got that. You know, it's still exciting. We got a tiebreaker here.
Actually, come to think of it, yeah, they've switched back to sword actually from the bucket this time.
Yeah, I mean, their sword was really good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wonder if they're changing up back to sword to see if they can really take game 3 away from Kittens, really, from what I can tell.
There's the wipeout on Kittens, and that's some free points for Guess What. They can clear that. I think they can clear that first checkpoint without much worry.
Their sword user is able to take anybody out with their zipcaster. Oh, never mind. They got completely decimated by the dualies right there. 2 down going from Kittens right there. Not Kittens, Guess What, sorry.
Yeah. Arsenal had really, really good positioning and just, realized that, oh, Guess What does not know where I am. I can just, get the jump on them.
Literally, it seems like from the dually squelcher's perspective, it really is just a playground on this map. A lot of open space, which means they are able to effectively really use their dodge rolls effectively and get the longer range that they need in that turret mode.
We have the double zipcaster coming out. The question is, will either of these do anything? So it's able to get some good pressure on.
From what I can tell, the Luna Blaster just went down in that zipcaster duel. The soldiers are coming out unscathed right now, trying to really apply pressure right now, taking 2 people out, and he's currently on the hunt for the sniper right now. The sniper really narrowly making it out there as they reposition themselves back towards the sniper being taken out by the hero shot. Zipcaster coming back out from the sword right here to see if they can get anyone. From what I can tell, I don't think they did, but they are back to really camping those edges right there to stop Kittens from really getting back out, especially in those little holes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Sword's still alive. You know, Sword is just, you know, making sure if anybody drops from under that tent, like, you're gonna have a bad time. Does go down, and now Kittens can start pushing through Key. Unfortunately, getting taken down by that Splatling.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would say that the Splatling player from Guess What is very preserved. They know what they're up to. They're really hanging back and not pushing in too aggressively, especially on a map like this. I think aggression can work against you sometimes, especially if you're a Splatling user, and you're also holding the cooler as well, which means you have to keep yourself alive, otherwise it can really affect the team, especially losing that cooler.
Yeah, definitely. It's almost like you have to play not necessarily passively, but you do have to, you know, slow down the pace and then quickly hasten the pace as soon as cooler is ready.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can visibly see when either side has that cooler ready. They become a lot more aggressive and they're really just going in there, and if they die, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day because they respawn essentially instantly because they're coolered up, which means they can come back into the game very quickly.
Yeah, guess what? Just moving the tower along. I liked that our brush ran away when they saw like, oh, Grub's got that charger pointed at me, and they've got friends. I better back up. We put the tower in a position we want. I should just try to stay alive.
To be honest, from the times that I've like commentated, I haven't really seen like an English user actually being in like a competitive setting. You don't really see it. People would really say that Inkbrush sometimes isn't necessarily the best pick. A lot of people going over either Octobrush or Paintbrush. That Splatling user really just taking two people down with ease right now, stopping them from pushing forward that tower right there, really denying them from points as we edge into the last minute of the game. Kittens is currently working their way towards the first checkpoint right there.
This is their time. You know, we had a lot of people go down on the side of Guess What? We have strikes ready on the side of Kittens, so long as Grub doesn't go down here. Yeah, I can start throwing them down, trying to clear out some space. With the rest of the team, better make sure to go clear out that plat area, and they gets a really good snipe. Arsenal's really, you know, skirmishing up there. Autumnal able to get some really key picks, goes down, but getting those 2 picks was huge.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As we can see, 2 go down from Guess What right there as we edge into the last 15 seconds of the game. Kittens really has a really good hold right now, and I'm wondering, will they be able to take the lead in the last 10 seconds of the game?
They could!
They could!
And oh, what do we, oh! And they get it in overtime, the 1-point lead in overtime.
And they
Guess
take
what?
game
Oh my
3.
Oh my god, Guess What had such a good hold for such a long time, but then all of a sudden Kittens was able to just steal the momentum in that last minute.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They were able to really take the game right there. Really denied Guess What completely and just kept going forward. That sniper was really running overtime right there near the end, getting those really critical snipes that they needed to stop Guess What from taking
Yeah. They did really well. They timed those strikes well. They let, you know, Arsenal and Key start moving up and start pressuring that flat and going into the bats area. Everybody on Kittens, really amazing job on that last minute. But like, gotta give it to Guess What for like the really strong 4 minutes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And honestly though, I was sat in silence for the last 10 seconds there. I was just watching the game unfold, seeing who was actually going to take that game right there.
Yeah, that was such a good final minute.
Honestly though, congratulations to Kittens for taking that last game. Both teams did really well.
They did, yeah. Unfortunately, that does mean that one team will not be moving on. Guess What is now knocked out. Kittens is going to be moving into the semifinals, but The next semifinals match that's going to be up here is going to be Art Supplies versus Be Happy, coming to you soon. We won't be there for it, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes, we will have to wrap up the quarterfinals. So, Rose, where can we find you?
I'm Rose Battle. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, Blue Sky, all the places. I'm Rose of Battle everywhere. If you are going to the Big Dapple 5 in New York City 1 week from today, I will be there. And if you're not going to be there, you will probably see me on commentating there.
Yo, that is actually awesome. And as for me, you can find me on, you can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky. My handle is the same, but on Blue Sky, it is just Pinky Dink together because for some reason I cannot use underscores over there.
Oh, that's weird. But you deserve a well-deserved break after several hours
Yeah,
of commentating.
yeah, I've been here.
We've been here and we're ready to head out. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Marsha, do you have any other final words?
Honestly, I don't think I do, so I think it is time to hand over the mic towards our next two commentators, which will be Incurie and Robert.
Yeah, thank y'all so much, and we'll catch you later.
Bye!